In this video, I'm going to cover multi-step equations with distributive property. So we covered multi-step equations before. Now we're going to add an extra step where we are adding the distributive property. So what's our first step whenever we see these? And what are we talking about with multi-step equations? Well, let's see. A multi-step equation is one that looks, a single-step equation is one that looks like this. X plus 1 equals 10. Or maybe 2x equals 5, or maybe even 1/3 x equals, 12. Those are all single-step equations. What is a multi-step equation? Well, it would be like 3x plus 1 equals 10. Because before, you just had to subtract 1 on both sides. But now, you have to subtract 1 on both sides and then divide by 3. So that's a two-step equation. A multi-step equation requires us to maybe add another step. Like, let's say it said, 2x plus 3x plus 1. So the extra step is, oh, hey, we got to combine like terms. And then we add, and then we subtract 1 from both sides and all this other stuff. So that's what makes that multi-step. What is a multi-step equation with distribution? Well, if you had something like this, like 3x plus 4. What that means is we have to do the distribution first, which gets us 3x plus 12 equals 10. And then now from there, it's a two-step equation. Subtract 12 from both sides, divide by 3. So yeah, our first step, whenever you see an equation like this, like 2x plus 9 equals 20, the first step you're going to do, and these are parentheses, by the way, is distribute first. Distribute first, followed by combining like terms as necessary. Because sometimes you may end up with an equation that looks like this, like 7x plus 5x. Sorry, 7x plus 5 parentheses 2x plus 9. So the first thing you would do is like, oh, well, I have to distribute first. And then once you distribute, you have to combine the like terms, which would be 7x plus, 5 times 2x, which would be 10x. And finally, you solve the equation. Ready? Let's begin. We got two friends who met up for coffee and dessert. Each friend got a medium drink and 2 cupcakes. And one friend bought a mug for $12. The friend who bought the mug paid for their order, and the total was $29. So imagine this. Each friend got a coffee and 2 cupcakes. So because they both got a coffee and 2 cupcakes, we just put it in parentheses and say, hey, 2 people bought a coffee and 2 cupcakes. Plus, a mug was bought by one of them. So we would say, give me a moment. Sorry, my pen is not functioning right now because it's being annoying. All right, so we have meeting for coffee. So if a medium coffee costs, there we go, $3.50, use the lines above to write an equation to solve for C, the cost of a cupcake. So the cost of a cupcake is C. Now, here is the cupcake. We have 2 of them, so that's not just C, that's 2C. A medium coffee is $3.50, so 3.5 or 3.50. Let's go ahead and write 3.50. So that's $3.50. Those are 2 cupcakes, plus the mug, which according to up here costs $12. 12, I don't need to write 12.00. I could just write it as 12. Equals the total, and the total was $29. So again, I could write 2900, but what's the point? Makes it more complicated. So here's our equation. We have 2 parentheses 350 plus 2c plus $12 equals 29. So let's distribute. So if I distribute it, we're going to double rainbow it. 2 times the 350. That gets us $7. Then 2 times 2c. That equals 4c. And remember, it's the plus 4c. So 2 times positive 2 is positive 4. It's plus 4c. And then are we going to distribute it over here? No, we are not, because the parentheses starts and ends right there. We're just going to add this, continue writing that down. So plus 12c not 12c, but plus 12. And then now equals, and finally the 29. All right, combine the like terms. Where are my like terms? They are, it's not the c because, no, I'm going to go ahead and draw a wall down the middle. It's not the c because c is by itself. Do we have any other like terms? Well, how about 7 and 12? They're both positive, and they're both just constants. So 7 plus 12 is 19. Whoops. Positive 19, in fact. And then we have to bring down the 4c. And you may be thinking, like, don't I have to bring down the plus? Well, plus 4c and just plain 4c mean the same thing. So if you don't want to bring down the plus, you don't have to. Bring down the equal sign, bring down to the 29. All right, now I have to solve for c, which means I subtract 19 from both sides. I wish they gave me more space, but this is all I get. That equals $10, or 10. 4c equals 10. Now I have to divide by 4. When I divide by 4, I end up with c equals 2.5, I believe. Yeah, 2.5. The cost of a cupcake is 2.5. Well, that's, if we're talking about money, you got to add a 0 there. So 2.5, what is that? That's 250. So the cost is 250. So wish they gave us more room. That's kind of annoying. It's all right. Let's go ahead and work on the problems. Solve the equation. We start off by distributing first. So we distribute first, then combine, then solve. So let's distribute. It's negative 4 times negative 6x is negative times negative is a positive, and that's going to be 24x. Negative 4 times positive 3, that's a negative answer. 4 times 3 is 12. Bring down the equal sign, which I guess we can do that. And then 12 is over here. Combine like terms, if we have any. Nope, nothing on this side, nothing on that side. So we just start solving. Subtract 12. The opposite of minus 12 is plus 12. Plus 12 over here. Whoops, that's 21, not 12. Cross that out. 12 plus 12 is 24. Bring down the 24x, and 24 divided by 24, well, you know, should be kind of obvious. X equals 1. That's our answer. Let's try the next one. Draw my line down the equal sign. I do have to distribute, so 2 times x is 2x. 2 times 8, remember this is negative 8, not just 8. So that's going to be a negative answer. 2 times a negative number is a negative answer. 2 times 8 is 16, so minus 16. Bring down the equal sign. Bring down this 4 and this this right here. This is going to be plus because that's a positive 2x. So it's a plus 2x. Bring down the 44. Now, combine like terms. Do I have anything that's like with 4? I do. 4 goes with minus 16. 4 and negative 16, what does that equal? Well, the negative's bigger, so we're going to end up with negative 12. We subtract. 16 minus 4 is 12. And it's going to be negative because the negative number is bigger. Now bring down the 2x. Bring down the equal sign, the 44. All right. Add 12 to both sides. That'll cross. That'll equal 56, I believe. Now bring down to the 2x. Now we have to divide by 2 to cancel that. Divide this by 2. And we have x equals half of 56 is 28, I believe. X equals 28. All right, let's try the next one. Number 4. Draw the line down the equal sign. This gets complicated. Distribute. Negative 3 times 2x is negative 6x. Negative 3 times negative 3 is positive 9, because negative times negative is a positive. Bring down the plus. Bring down the 10x. Why didn't I distribute this over here? Well, because the parentheses start and end over there. So you only distribute inside the parentheses. All right, bring down the equal sign, the 39. All right, now combine like terms. Negative 6x. Do we have any other x terms? We do. Positive 10x. So we have negative 6, positive 10x. You know, we have to, when we combine the two, we basically do just subtraction, and then our answer ends up being taking the sign of the bigger number. So 10 is positive. So answer is going to be positive. So 10 minus 6 is 4. So we have 4x and it's positive. Bring down the plus 9 equals 39. Now get rid of the plus 9 by subtracting 9. Subtract 9 from there. That equals 30. 4x equals 30. Divide by 4. 30 divided by 4 is, gosh, I think that's 7.5. 7.5. That's our answer. Let's try the next one. Ooh. Let's change it up green just because it's fun. Draw the line down the equal sign. Distributing. Here's our parentheses. We distribute. 2/3 times 6x is, gosh, that's 6 over 1. So 2 times 6 is 12. 12. 3 times 1 is 3. So 12 over 3x, which I'm going to go ahead and fix that right now. That's 3, 6, 9, 12. That's 4x. Because 12 over 3 is 4. And then let's do the other one. 2/3 times 30. That is 60 over 3. That's positive. 60 over 3. Oh, that's just 20, I believe. 60 divided by 3 is 20. Good. And then let's do the let's bring down the 8 and the plus, and then bring down the equal sign and bring down the 80. All right, combine like terms. I have 8 and positive 20. 8 and positive 20 is positive 28. And bring down the 4x. You don't need to bring down the plus because it's positive. Now, you may be wondering, like, hey, how come I don't, like, does it matter if I just do, like, oh, 20 plus 8 is 28 plus 4x? Does that matter? It doesn't. It really doesn't. You can write it in either order. I like to do my x terms first. Sometimes, but it really doesn't matter. Anyhow, bring everything else down. Get rid of the plus 28 by subtracting 28. That cancels. Do it on the other side. That equals 2, 7, 52, I believe. 52 equals, and bring down the 4x. Divide by 4 now. I believe that gets us 13. So x equals 13. Let's try the next one. Number 6, again, line down the equal sign. Here's my parentheses, so that's where I'm going to do my distribution. This is not 4 times 7, but negative 4 times 7, because take a look at that. That is a 4 with a minus sign in front of it. Think of it as negative 4 times 7, and it's negative 4 times positive 7. Negative 4 times a positive, you're going to get a negative answer. 4 times 7 is 20, 24, 28, so negative 28. And now we have negative 4 times negative 5x. Negative times a negative is a positive. 4 times 5 is 20, and that's going to be x. And then I need to bring down the 4x. And bring down the equal, the 20, combine like terms. My like terms include 4x and plus 20x. They're both positive, so two positive make a bigger positive. That's 24x. The only thing left over is minus 28 equals 20. I get rid of the minus 28 by adding 28. Cross that off. That equals 48. Equal sign, 24x equals 48. Divide by 24. I know this answer. X equals 2. Let's try 7. Let's go ahead and change my color because it's fun. Equal sign. Oh, this seems kind of easier. Oh, wait, decimals. Darn it. Well, negative 2.5 times 3x is, shoot, I think that's 5, 6, I think that's negative 7.5 because a negative times a positive is a negative answer. And 2.5 times 3 is 7.5x. And for my next one, I have negative 2.5 times negative 4. Like, remember, it's a 4 with a minus, so that's basically negative 4. Negative times a negative is a positive. 2.5 times 4, I believe that is 10, equals 32.5. All right. Get rid of the plus 10 by subtracting 10 from both sides. again, you may be wondering, wait, why don't I get rid of the negative 7.5x? Well, because this is like you would get rid of the coefficient with the x last. You look for everything without the x, get rid of all the stuff that's not with the x, and then you get rid of the multiplication. It's essentially reverse PEMDAS. Anyways, that cancels, and that equals 22.5, I believe. Bring down the equal sign, negative 7.5x equals 22.5. Get rid of the negative 7.5 times by dividing by negative 7.5. That cancels. Divide this by negative 7.5, and I don't know that off the top of my head. Probably calculator work. Thank God I do have a calculator. X equals 3. Not 3, negative 3, because a positive number divided by a negative is going to get you a negative answer. All right, last question. Woohoo! 3 friends each bought 2 slices of pizza and a drink at the mall. If drinks cost is 75 cents and the total of their order was $11.25, how much did 1 slice of pizza cost? Okay, so let's think about this. I have to think about this. 3 friends each bought, so they each bought 2 pizzas, 2 slices of pizzas, and a drink. And the drinks cost 75 cents. So the drinks, you could say D is 0.75. So we don't even need to write D anymore. It's just 75 cents. And then it's the pizzas we don't know, but we know that in the end, the total was $11.25. Okay, so the drinks are 75 cents because they say so. We don't know how much the pizza costs, so this needs to stay. They each bought 2 pizzas, and it was 3 friends who each bought 2 pizzas and a drink, which means that's 3 friends, 2 pizzas, and a drink. So that's like the distributive property. You may even think in your head, like, well, if they bought 2 pizzas and a drink, can I just say 6p plus 0.75 times 3? Yes, that's essentially what we're doing. So let me write it out. 3 parentheses 2p plus 0.75 equals 11.25. Let's do double rainbow. Let's go back to red. 3 times 2p, that's 6p. And then now 3 times 75 cents, that is 75 cents, $1.50, and then 125, I think. Oh, sorry, 225, I mean. So that's $2.25 is how much they spent on drinks. Equals 11.25. Probably should draw a wall down that. Now we get the 6p by itself by subtracting 2.25. Subtract 2.25 from here. That cancels. 11 minus 2.25, that is $9. $9. I don't even need to write the 0.00, just 9. And then now I have bring down the 6p. And now I divide by 6, divide by 6. That cancels. P equals $1.50, I believe. 1.5, or because we're talking about money, $1.50. So the pizza is $1.50 per slice. And that's that. Go ahead and try some problems on your own. Good luck.